Frank. People are gonna die. I'm gonna end it.
What if Billy kills you?
I'm not the one who dies, kid. I'm the one who does the killing.
I want to first talk about the connection that you guys have. I feel like it was an instant kind of, at least on screen, it's an instant connection. Did you guys find that?
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, I felt the second she walked in. You know, it wasn't even when you walked in the audition. When we at the screen test at the last auditions, when it was just sort of being whittled down. Auditions are crazy to go to when you're an actor, because I've been on the other side of them so much.
So
And
scary.
so what I really wanted to do is, before anybody came in, I really wanted to go sort of meet them outside and talk to them and offer to read with them. And when I went out, and Georgia and I just sat down, we just started bullshitting and talking about, I mean, all kinds of different crazy stuff, and we weren't even running the scene. I was like, oh, you're the one. Like, this is it, you know, like, of course. And then she came in and just knocked the walls off the room. You know, it was so awesome. So it was great, and I know her old man well, and we're quite close, and he and Georgia's mom have. I'm gonna embarrass her, but they've done a wonderful job. She is an amazing young woman. Amazing.
Yeah,
That's a compliment.
That's a huge compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there was definitely, like he said right away, there was an instant connection. And I've never been in such an inviting environment in an audition, because they're terrifying, especially when you're dwindling down to the last and you know that between you and a couple other people maybe. And he just came out, and it was like, I was like, yeah, I'm really, like, I'm not sure about this one scene that, you know, I'm gonna go in and read for everybody. And he's like, let's do it. So we read back and forth. He's like, no, it's fine. And so then we just started talking about, you know, a bunch of stuff, and I'd never met him before, and we were talking about my dad, and just like, oh yeah, and
Maybe your mangled finger, right? Like, 'cause you had messed up your finger.
Oh yeah,
She just mangled her
I had a big
finger.
cast on,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
I had like
no.
a weird pinky.
Was that in
now? But it was all messed up.
It's like, it was all messed up at the time of the
Yeah.
read-through. I had a big cast on. I was like, I'm not getting this. Look at my thing. It's
Yeah,
like
it was
big.
awesome.
Yeah, I was like, he's like, what is that?
Yeah.
Looked like a baseball mitt. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
it's crazy.
But yeah, so there was just an instant connection, and then throughout the season, we just kept going, and yeah.
How obviously you're changing. This feels like the Punisher to me,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to season one. It was an introduction to the Punisher. This feels like the Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
Does that feel? Do you think that's a correct statement?
Look, I think that for this to work, I think there always has to be a dichotomy. I think there always has to be a push and pull, and I think you have to really. To me, I'm really interested in the dualities of characters, and I think you've really got to pinpoint. You've really got to be specific about the differences between Frank Castle and the Punisher, and what the Punisher really is. And you know, if you're gonna be a bear, you got to be a grizzly. You know, if you're gonna go that far with him, you've really got to go. But then you've also really got to show what the other side is. And I think this season, I haven't seen it yet, but what I hope is that you really get to see a bit of both. And I think you see a lot of Frank trying to be Frank in the beginning, but yeah, I think for sure, I think he consciously and purposely decides to go the route of the Punisher and push Frank away.
Do you feel? I mean, is this something? There's been a lot of talk about where the show is going to go.
Sure.
Is this the character you want? Wherever it goes, do you want to continue? I mean, I'm assuming yes. But.
Yeah. Look, I mean, you. I said before, it's a monumental kind of iconic character. It's a character that means so much to so many people. So for that, you know, anytime that I'm called upon to get to play him and to get that honor, it's something I take super seriously. And I've said before, the relationship that the character has with vets and with law enforcement is something that I hold sacred. And so. For me, it's I don't know. I feel like it's been an honor to play him, and whatever happens going forward, I'm just grateful for what I've got. I know that sounds political, but it's how I feel.
You've got some serious issues.
Let me be what I'm meant to be.
I'll need some money. Not suspicious at all.